Welcome to a world where family secrets are never what they seem, where loyalty can hide betrayal, and every smile might conceal a dangerous truth. Here, the stories are raw, real, and unforgettable. Tales of love twisted into deception, of husbands who stay silent while lies unfold, and of carefully crafted schemes that manipulate trust and emotions. Every episode dives deep into mesmerizing family dramas, where the people you trust the most are often the ones plotting in shadows. And revenge isn't loud, it's precise, patient, and devastating. You'll feel every emotion, uncover every hidden betrayal, and witness the shocking truths that tear relationships apart. If you crave intense relationship stories that grip your heart, reveal the darkness behind closed doors, and leave you questioning who you can really trust, you're in the right place. The call came late at night, urgent, trembling, almost theatrical. Grandma was in the hospital. Serious condition. Doctors didn't know what to do. No visitors allowed. Immediate family only. No questions, just worry. Every word felt heavy, like the world had shifted and the one chance to escape to the family cruise had vanished. Trust came easily. After all, who questions blood? Every doubt was swallowed in a rush of concern, every plan for the cruise forgotten in a heartbeat of fear. Days dragged on. Updates were sparse, vague, always too controlled. No photos, no videos. The doctor said it's too risky. Every explanation felt rehearsed, precise, designed to cut off curiosity. And yet, deep down, unease simmered, a whisper ignored because love and duty are strong chains. The house felt emptier with each passing day, even though the world outside was moving on. Then the truth arrived, like a punch in the gut. A photo, sent accidentally, or so it seemed. Laughter, sun, cocktails, a deck full of happy faces, everyone but the one left behind. The cruise wasn't canceled. The hospital had never existed. Every sigh, every tear, every moment spent worrying had been a performance. And worse, the husband had known. Not just known, he had helped orchestrate it, packing bags, arranging excursions, smiling at the goodbye, pretending concern. Every shared secret smile, every nod of understanding now felt like betrayal carved into memory. Silence had been his weapon. The excuse had been his partner. The lie had been carefully constructed, a trap hidden under the guise of care. Anger burned, but it was cold and calculating. The revelation didn't come with screams or confrontation. It came with the quiet certainty that nothing would be hidden anymore. Every text, every log, every detail of the fabricated story was stored. Every contradiction remembered. Lies have a way of falling apart when exposed to light. When the truth was finally revealed, the room went still. Faces dropped. Apologies hung too late in the air. The husband's role, once invisible, was now undeniable. And in that silence, heavy and unyielding, the cost of manipulation finally settled where it belonged. Trust had been broken, but under the weight of exposure, lies crumble on their own. The cruise was stolen, but the lie had been stolen right back. Everyone wears a mask at some point, but sometimes the people closest wear theirs with a dangerous kind of precision. The ones who swore to protect, to love, to support. Those voices whispering comfort in the night were quietly plotting behind every smile. Each gesture of care, each feigned concern had been a calculated move in a game that nobody warned about. The trust that felt so natural, so sacred, was built on shifting sand. Every memory of shared laughter, every hug, every casual "don't worry, we've got you" suddenly carried weight, heavy and toxic. The lie about Grandma's hospital stay had been carefully threaded through every conversation, every text, every phone call, and no one batted an eye. No one questioned because love, supposed love, always shields the truth. Then came the subtle clues. Whispered comments, too late to be casual, strange glances across rooms, texts that appeared innocent but fell out of sync with reality. A puzzle forming slowly, painfully, exposing the quiet conspiracy that had kept one person out of everything that mattered. It wasn't just family games or petty exclusions, it was the deliberate orchestration of absence, the manipulation of emotion, and the silence of the one who should have been the anchor, husband included. The betrayal wasn't loud. It was in the pauses, the nods, the careful avoidance of the truth. A family cruise became a theater of deception. People smiled, posed for photos, laughed, all while one was left behind, believing in a lie stitched together with worry and love. And the husband? His role wasn't hidden. It was intimate, insidious. His quiet approval, his complicity, his feigned ignorance were the deepest cuts. Every lie needed a witness, and he had been both architect and bystander. The sting wasn't just in being excluded. It was the realization that the people who were supposed to be the safe harbor had instead built the storm. Every secret, every half-truth, every omission had been a dagger wrapped in affection, and when the threads finally unraveled, it wasn't chaos that emerged, it was clarity. Trust can be broken, but some betrayals are so deep that even the strongest bonds cannot survive the light of truth. The love that was supposed to protect had only been a mask for betrayal. He had been quiet throughout the entire charade, calm, collected, the picture of concern. Every question answered with careful neutrality, every sigh timed perfectly, every nod at the right moment. It seemed like support. It seemed like loyalty. But that silence was the loudest truth of all. The truth nobody wanted to see until it was too late. He had known, from the very first lie about Grandma's hospital, every fabricated detail, every staged conversation, he had known, and he did nothing. Not a word of warning, not a hint of doubt, not a single attempt to stop the deceit from unfolding. His presence was a mask, his actions a performance meant to maintain the illusion. While one person fretted, worried, and sacrificed, he had played the part of the protector, all the while benefiting from the deception in ways too subtle to recognize at first. The betrayal was precise. It wasn't loud accusations or dramatic confrontations. It was the quiet complicity that cut the deepest. Watching the photos from the cruise arrive in the group chat, seeing the laughter, the sun-soaked decks, the clinking glasses, it was all a reminder of his silence, his choice to let the lie grow. Every careful smile, every gentle word of reassurance had been a weapon, and he wielded it expertly. The revelation didn't come with fury, it came with understanding. Every call log, every message, every small inconsistency led to the same horrifying conclusion. He wasn't just aware of the betrayal, he had been an accomplice. And in that quiet, deliberate concealment, he had betrayed not just trust, but love itself. Anger rose, but it was contained, deliberate. There would be no dramatic confrontation. Lies, once exposed, have a way of unraveling on their own. The evidence built itself, showing not only the cruelty of the family's orchestration, but the hidden hand that allowed it to flourish. The deepest wound wasn't the family's deception. It wasn't the stolen moments or the lost experiences. It was knowing that the person who should have stood closest, the one who should have been a shield, had chosen silence over honesty, complicity over protection, and comfort over loyalty. The truth finally spoke louder than any lie ever could. Trust had been broken, and the one who should have guarded it had betrayed it completely. Revenge didn't need shouting or drama. It didn't require confrontation or chaos. It demanded patience, observation, and letting the web of lies collapse under its own weight. Every small detail, every whispered excuse, every carefully constructed story had been cataloged, stored, remembered. Time was the ally, and the truth was the weapon. When the family gathered again, it seemed like an ordinary reunion. Smiles, chatter, the usual easy warmth that families perform for each other. But beneath the surface, anticipation simmered. Questions were asked casually, stories repeated, memories retold, each one a thread that would unravel the delicate fabric of deception. Every laugh, every shared anecdote was measured, every reaction noted, every glance recorded. Lies cannot survive in the light forever, and this light had been growing, patient and relentless. Then the unveiling began, not with anger, not with accusation, but with undeniable proof. Call logs, messages, photos with timestamps, evidence of every fabricated hospital visit, every staged emergency, every hidden truth that had been carefully buried. The family watched as the illusion collapsed. Faces fell, breaths caught, apologies stumbled from lips that had once smiled without guilt. And then the final revelation. The husband's silence, his deliberate complicity, his knowing participation in the betrayal, all exposed. The mask he wore, the concern he had shown, the careful support that had seemed so sincere, all revealed as part of the deception. The betrayal cut deeper than exclusion or lies. It was the betrayal of trust, of love, of the very bond that should have been unbreakable. No one could argue with the evidence. No one could reconstruct the truth in a way that excused the deception. The impact was total, devastating in its clarity. It was a reckoning without chaos, a triumph of patience over impulse, of truth over illusion. And in the silence that followed, the weight of every lie settled, leaving nothing to hide behind, no shadows to retreat into, no excuses left standing. Justice didn't roar, it whispered, and its echo was unforgettable. The lies had finally crumbled, and the truth alone remained. Thank you for diving into today's story of lies, betrayal, and shocking truths. If this journey through hidden family secrets and calculated revenge kept you on the edge of your seat, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more stories that expose raw emotions, unravel dark betrayals, and reveal the shocking truths lurking behind every smile. Don't miss the next twist. Hit the notification bell so you're the first to experience every unforgettable moment.